You like to think you are in complete control of your decisions, don't you? You believe that what you buy, who you trust, and how you react are entirely up to your own logical brain. Well, science says otherwise. The human brain is an incredibly complex machine, but it has blind spots. Psychologists and marketers have spent decades mapping out these hidden loopholes. Today on Discover the World in 10, we are exposing 10 psychological tricks that work on almost everyone. Whether you want to protect yourself from being manipulated, or maybe use a few of these to your advantage, you need to watch until the end. Because number 1 is a technique actively used by FBI negotiators. Let's get into it. Starting off our list at number 10, we have the Pratfall Effect. Society tells us that we need to be perfect to be liked. We hide our flaws, polish our resumes, and use filters on our photos. But psychology reveals the exact opposite is true. The Pratfall Effect states that people who are highly competent become much more likable and attractive when they make a small, clumsy mistake. Why? Because perfection is intimidating. When you spill your coffee, trip over a word, or drop a pen, it reminds people that you are human. It builds instant empathy. So the next time you mess up slightly in front of your boss or a date, don't panic. You probably just made them like you more. Coming in at number 9 is a trick used against you in almost every supermarket and online store. It's called the paradox of choice. Logic suggests that giving people more options makes them happier, but the human brain actually shorts out when faced with too many choices. In a famous psychological study, researchers set up a display of 24 gourmet jams in a grocery store. The next day, they set up a display with only 6 jams. The large display attracted more people, but the small display generated 10 times more sales. When faced with too many options, our brains experience decision fatigue, and we end up choosing nothing at all. If you want someone to make a decision, whether it's what movie to watch or closing a business deal, give them 3 options, maximum. Number 8 is a real-life superpower you can use on your friends, employees, or children. It's called the Pygmalion Effect. This psychological phenomenon proves that high expectations lead to better performance. If a teacher is told that a completely average student is actually a hidden genius, that teacher will subconsciously treat the student differently. They will give them more time to answer questions and offer better feedback. As a result, that average student's IQ scores will literally increase. People rise or fall to meet your expectations of them. If you treat someone as if they are incredibly capable and trustworthy, their brain will rewire itself to prove you right. At number 7, we expose a glitch in human judgment called the halo effect. This is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel about their character. Specifically, if we find someone physically attractive, our brains automatically assume they are also smart, funny, and morally good. This isn't just a theory, it has terrifying real-world consequences. Studies in the legal system show that physically attractive defendants consistently receive lighter prison sentences than less attractive people for the exact same crimes. Marketers use this constantly by putting beautiful celebrities next to mediocre products. Your brain sees the beautiful person and throws all logical analysis out the window. Number 6 is going to save you a lot of anxiety. Have you ever tripped in public or worn a shirt with a stain on it and felt like the entire world was staring at you? That is the spotlight effect. We are the center of our own universes, so we naturally assume that everyone else is paying close attention to us. But psychologists tested this. They made students wear embarrassing t-shirts into a crowded room. The students estimated that over 50% of the room noticed the shirt. The reality? Less than 10% actually did. The truth is, everyone is so worried about their own flaws that they don't have the brain power to judge yours. You are practically invisible. relax. At number 5 is a classic manipulation tactic you must be careful of: the foot in the door technique. It relies on the psychological principle of consistency. People want their future behavior to match their past behavior. If you want a massive favor from someone, you never ask for it immediately. You ask for a tiny, microscopic favor first. Ask them for the time or to hold your jacket for a second. Once they say yes to the small request, their brain subconsciously registers you as someone they help and trust. When you follow up with the big request a few minutes later, their chances of saying yes increase by over 60%.
Coming in at number 4, let's talk about how marketers hack your wallet using the framing effect. This trick proves that it's not what you say, but how you say it. Imagine you are at the store buying ground beef. One package says 10% fat, and the other says 90% lean. They are exactly the same product. But study after study shows that consumers will aggressively choose the 90% lean option, even if it costs more. Our brains are hardwired to avoid loss and seek out positive framing. If you want to convince someone of an idea, never focus on the risk. Always frame it around the guaranteed gain. Number 3 is something that has definitely happened to you. You learn a new word, or you decide to buy a specific brand of shoes, and suddenly you see that exact thing everywhere you go. It feels like the universe is sending you a sign, right? Sorry to ruin the magic, but it's just the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, also known as the frequency illusion. Those things were always there. Your brain was just filtering them out as useless information. But the moment you gave that object importance, your brain's reticular activating system started actively hunting for it. You didn't change the world, you just updated your brain's search algorithm. At number 2, we have the reason you stay up until 3 a.m. binge-watching Netflix. It's called the Zeigarnik Effect. Discovered by a Russian psychologist in the 1920s, it states that the human brain remembers uncompleted tasks far better than completed ones. When a task is unfinished, your brain creates a state of psychological tension that refuses to let it go. This is exactly why TV shows end on massive cliffhangers and why clickbait titles work so well. The brain literally craves closure. If you want someone to remember you, or if you want an audience to come back for more, never give them all the answers at once. Leave a little bit of mystery on the table. And finally, the number 1 psychological trick that works on absolutely everyone: mirroring. This is a technique so powerful that FBI hostage negotiators use it to build immediate rapport with dangerous criminals. We are biologically programmed to like people who are similar to us. If you subtly copy a person's body language, hand gestures, and even the speed of their voice, their brain's mirror neurons will light up. They won't consciously realize you are doing it, but their subconscious will scream, "This person is just like me. I am safe with them." It creates an unbreakable, instant bond of trust. Use this carefully because it is incredibly effective. Our brains are easy to hack if you know the code. Which of these psychological tricks are you going to try out first? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to keep upgrading your brain and discovering the hidden rules of our world, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching Discover the World in 10, and we will see you in the next video.